Did you have any good relationships with the NWO guys outside of the ring?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you did?
If I didn't have the relationship with Kevin and Scott, that never happens. Like when I first came into WCW as a manager, one of the, I had the Freebirds, and Scott Hall had called me. He had just got back from Germany, and he's like, "Hey, Dally." I'm like, "Hey, Scotty, what's up, man?" He's like, we hadn't talked in a long time. And he said, "Remember that diamond stud idea you had?" He goes, you wouldn't look like Andre the Giant and with those tiny little Freebirds." He said, "Would you have 6'6" of, just total He-Man that he was?" And I was like, man, that's an idea. I'll call Magnum tomorrow, because Magnum was Dusty's right-hand man. And the reason why I had the spot I had, without Dusty Rhodes, there is no Diamond Dallas Page.
Really?
I got my first break in AWA, but it was a break, and it was a blip. Dusty, he brought me into Florida Championship Wrestling. I worked for nothing, just trying to learn, but he loved my energy. And when he, couldn't make it in Florida Championship Wrestling, he went back to go to WWF, and they put him in polka dots. And that was a total rip, because Dusty was John Wayne meets, heavy Elvis. That's who he was. I never met anybody that was much charisma. Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes, the two most charismatic cats in and out of the ring. And so
is Goldust his real son?
Yes, that's his real son.
That's his favorite wrestler, Goldust.
Yeah, well, you know what he did in AW.
Macho Man Randy Savage was my favorite.
No. The other day you said that you was Goldust 2 Halloweens in a row, and you used to dress. You remember he said, yeah, he
Stop.
He's just up like
It
Goldust.
all started because I walked in his room at his house, and he had a poster of China above his bed. I said, "Why do you have this poster?" And he freaked out. Yeah,
Goldust would do well this day and age. What I mean? Him and Bear together, the tag team match.
I'll tell you what. Dustin Rhodes, of all the guys, first of all, what a stud, man. I mean, that he's I want to say he's 52 or 53, maybe older or younger, somewhere around there. I've known him since he was 18 years old. And I mean that he is still going and putting off good matches and physical as hell. Yeah. And he's got a great, he's still doing really well in AEW. And now that his brother is the #1 cat in the WWE.
Who was his brother?
Cody Rhodes.
Oh,
that's who has the big battle with The Rock. When The Rock turned the heel, he threw him on the side of the bus. I mean, they put on a show there too.
They did, boy. They did.
Cody Rhodes is on another level, though.
No, he is.
He's helping save WWE right now. I feel like. He's a big face of WWE.
He's the perfect face if you're looking for someone who's not going to get in trouble, not going to say the wrong thing, not going to do. Let me tell you a story about him. I started to mentor him when he was 12.
Cody Rhodes.
Yes, because what Dusty had done for me.
Got it.
But by the time he was 14, I'm doing it for him, because he just had an insane work ethic. So I always called him Young Buck when he was a little kid. And I said to him, going into football season this year, I said, "Young Buck, when you starting up practice for football?" He goes, "I'm not going to play this year." I said, "You're not going to play football. You love football." He goes, "Yeah, but I also love wrestling. And I'm not this year." He's going to be a sophomore. He goes, "Not this year, but next year, my junior year, I'm going to win the state championship." I went, "Wow, that's a bold statement." I said, "You know what that's going to take?" He goes, "Yeah, a lot of work." That kid get up at 4:30 in the morning, go to the track, do all his running and sprints and everything, eat, go down and practice again, lift weights. He worked an insane work ethic. His junior year, I was living out here in LA, and he's like 12-0. Call him up, like, "Hey, Young Buck, man, on a roll, everything's going really good." Call him at 20-0. Call him at 33-0. And I'm like, "Man, you really gotta know there's a bullseye on your back, and just talking like that and talk your way through it. Keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars." I said, "You get in the finals in the States? I'll be there." He said, "You'll be there?" I said, "Yeah. I live in LA. I'm flying in." Watch the kid go 48-0.
Wow.
Fucking A.
His senior year, I want to say he lost his 11th match. And I called him because Marlon, the guy who booked this thing, he goes, "Marlon told me, 'Hey, bro, did you hear Cody lost that match?" I go, "Really?" So I call him up. Hey, young buck, what's up, buddy? Dallas, I lost. I fucking lost. I go, thank God. He said, what? He goes, why would you say that? He said, Code, you think you win? You learn from winning? You learn from losing, bro. You learn from falling down. You learn from making mistakes. I go, what happened here? He told me, what'd you learn? And he told me. And then at some point, and you guys being grapplers, you'll really appreciate this, he realized that no one got on that mat with him thinking they could beat him, but they weren't going to get pinned either. So once he figured that out, he'd take him down, let him up. Take him down, let him up, take him down, let him up.
Techful.
Wow.
And man, he was so shredded going into that friggin' finals. Just perfect 189. I was up in the stands with my daughter Brittany. Flew it back in again for round 2. And Dad, get Dallas down here because you got 5 places for the family. Grandpa had to get up. I went down there and he faced the same kid who beat him. And he ate him for lunch.
Oh, wow.